Hey everyone, it's Andrea Lowell again with Super Fit by Andrea, and thank you so much for joining me today. Again, we're going to be working on core activation and a little glute activation. A lot of times people's quads are super dominant, and when we do moves like squats or lunges, those quads just want to jump in and take over the move. Once we activate the glutes will be more apt to start bearing some of the load. Also, as we discussed in my last live stream, the more we work the body's largest muscle groups, the legs, the glutes, the more calories we're gonna burn. We're gonna burn on both ends. We're gonna burn while we're working out, and then while we're sleeping and our body's repairing all those little tiny microscopic tears we made when we did work out, it's gonna expend more energy to repair that muscle, to make it denser and tighter and leaner, giving you ultimately a higher resting caloric burn rate. So the tighter and denser your muscle is, the more calories you burn kind of doing nothing, because it takes way more calories for the body to maintain healthy muscle mass than it does fat cells, for example. So let's go ahead and get started. If you need a refresher from last time, we did a walkout and then we did a reverse lunge. Let me show you what that looks like. This is last video. Bend the legs, walk out to a plank. You can do a push-up here or a mountain lunge or a mountain climber if you'd like. Bend the legs, don't wiggle the hips. Walk back and stand with the legs. Then we did 16 reverse lunges. So we did 10 of the walkouts, and then we alternated with 16 alternating reverse lunges. You want to do alternating, walkout, reverse lunge, a total of 3 times to really get the most bang for your buck. So today what I'm going to talk to you about is more core activation, much more specific glute activation, and each time you see me, we're just going to keep progressing and progressing and progressing to get to our ultimate goal, which is to have an incredibly functional, healthy body that's going to take us the distance is going to allow us to have a beautiful home for our soul. The better we take care of our body, the longer we can be around to fulfill our purpose. Pretty cool, right? And I don't know about you, but having a low body fat percentage feels pretty good too. Okay, so we're gonna start with a pike plank. This is very similar to a downward dog in yoga, but we're not gonna hold it. What we're gonna do is use it as a dynamic stretch while understanding that the core is what is propelling the move. So we're gonna use it as core activation and a nice, beautiful, dynamic stretch before we get into our glute activation. So what you're gonna do is start in a plank, and you can have your feet a little bit wider than you would normally do a plank. Make sure your form is good. We don't wanna be dipping. That's really stressful on the lower lumbar spine, and we don't want to be piking because now all the weight's in my shoulders, and we're gonna push through the shoulders. I will say this move is incredible for shoulder mobility. I love the way it feels, and you might actually snap, crackle, pop in some good ways while you do this. When I wake up, I love doing pike planks to just get my back in alignment and get my mobility going for the day. It can be meditative when you get to the point where it doesn't feel like such an exercise. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna drive our hips up to the ceiling, pushing through the arms, getting nice and deep and high, and coming down. We're gonna do 15. 2, so make it quick. 3, so it's not a static stretch. 4, where you're holding it. 5, 6, use those abs. 7, feel the abs. 8, enjoy. 9, the work happening. 10, in your shoulders and your back. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So that's what a beginning pike plank looks like. And I'll be showing many progressions as we go on. I absolutely love pike planks. They feel so good. They're so regenerative and restorative and so good for the body, and they will make your core tighter by working that transverse abdominis that goes all the way around the core and sucks you in like a muscle girdle. Also, the rectus abdominis is involved with the pushing and the pulling, and it's great for increasing flexibility. So pike planks are kind of like a win-win-win. I absolutely love them. So we're gonna alternate our core activation with some glute activation. Now, whether getting your butt more round is an aesthetic goal or getting your butt a little perkier as an aesthetic goal, that's great, because this next move I'm gonna show you not only does just that, but it's an excellent glute activator so that there's balance when we do leg moves like squats, like lunges, so our quads don't take over. Many of us are anterior dominant, meaning that the front of our body really likes to take over the moves. And of course, because we're forward moving animals. So of course, our anterior, our forward muscles are gonna be used to and accustomed to kind of driving the motion. So what we're gonna do is activate these cheeks to get balance and get strength and get power from all angles, all sides. So no matter what you're doing, you are covered and in balance. And that is the whole purpose of working every side, every angle, everything. And again, the more we work the glutes, the more we tone down the core and lose stubborn belly fat. The secret is, there is no secret. You wanna have an incredible nutrient-dense diet, and you wanna work your body's largest muscles to burn the most calories if your goal is a flat, functional stomach, ab area. The secret is, there is no secret. If you are interested in my raw diet coaching, I would be more than happy to chat with you. Go ahead and click on my profile, hit any of my upgrade to raw posts, and you'll be directed to a video explaining the program and then an application in which you and I can have a free 45-minute strategy session where we'll figure out if working together makes sense. But in the meantime, enjoy what I'm teaching you here. Diet is key, but we need to do movements also that co-sign our goals. So figure out what your goals are and let's rock. I'm picking these moves because they benefit everyone. So we're gonna do what's called a hip thrust. Some people call it a glute bridge. I actually call it a glute bridge. That means the glutes, and we're making a bridge with our body. So instead of putting our feet flat and using more of the full leg, I'm going to flex my feet and push just through my heels. Now, while doing this, if you feel a burning sensation right there, that's fine. That's your anterior tibialis. It's just being awakened. So kind of embrace the soreness, go with it. Because it's burning, that means it's unconditioned and it needs to be worked. So go with it. And if it's too overwhelming, that it's like burning, just put your feet down. Okay, so what we're gonna do to really get the glutes is we're gonna dig the heels into the mat, and we're gonna keep the heels really close to our butt. If I'm out here, I'm getting calves. When I'm up here, I'm going hamstrings and booty. Where you wanna feel this is that holy grail of youthfulness looking, which is where the cheeks meet the thigh. We're gonna retract our shoulder blades and rotate our palms up, just because while we're here, we might as well practice good posture. You're gonna push through the heels and drive all the way up. Now you wanna be pushing through your calves, to your hamstrings, to your glutes. If you're worried that you're using your back too much, you can do an anterior tilt and push, and push. So now that we know what it looks like, let's go ahead and go to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really squeeze the cheeks on top. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Your core is actually being used right now as well. 12, 13, 14, keep those shoulders down. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, so there we had 2 incredible moves. As I mentioned, we're gonna keep progressing the more that I do these live streams, and I'm so excited that you guys are so participatory and giving me comments and feedback, and let me know what you wanna see. Right now, I'm just kind of taking it one vid at a time. If you wanna see more of what I have to offer, please go to Superfit by Andrea on either Instagram or Facebook, and let's at least get that diet right. All right, I love you guys so much, and I'm honored that you allowed me to be of service to you today. Have a beautiful day.